Good morning. We're here at the National Strip-Tillage Conference in Omaha, and I'm Darrell Bruggink with Strip-Till Farmer, and we always like to take a little time to talk to our title sponsors, and we're visiting with Environmental Tillage Systems today, and with me is Jeff Bogaards, and Jeff is the Midwest Regional Manager, right?
Yep, live in Pella, Iowa, in charge of Nebraska, Iowa, Western Illinois, and all of Missouri. So
that's just a small little territory.
Yeah, just a few states.
So no, but it's great to have you guys here. We want to talk
you.
a little bit about what's happening with ETS, and just give us a little update. Anything about the product lineup, what you guys have been offering, and,
Sure.
to the folks out there.
Environmental Tillage Systems out of Faribault, Minnesota. We offer dry and liquid fertilizer placement, strip till machines. We also offer anhydrous options. So, we're not only trying to make our customers as productive as possible, we're trying to make them as profitable as possible. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of been our goal, and I think we've been pretty successful doing that.
Yeah. And just tell us briefly, size of the machine, how, in general terms, what can these guys do with what you've got? How big machines can they go?
Sure. What I recommend telling a customer, try to match up with your planner. If you've got a 12-row, let's go to the 12-row machine. If you've got a 16 and vice versa. A lot of our co-ops, that do some custom stuff, they really like our steerable cart option. That way, they can set their A/B lines, and maybe even though they're not matching up with a customer's planner, they're setting their line straight and they're still hitting the zones like they need to.
Right. Well, we were talking a little bit earlier about how soil health has been a big topic, and everybody seems to be talking about. Our conference usually has speakers that address it.
Yeah.
And you said that's been a kind of a big driver a little bit with strip-till.
It really has, whether it's, the different nitrate lawsuits you hear about, or whether it's, the soil health you're talking with different people that are talking about. People are now to the point where they're wanting to keep the soil where it needs to be. They want to keep the fertilizer where it needs to be, and they want to get that seed to soil placement and fertilizer as quick as possible.
Mm-hmm. And are you finding that a lot of your guys that are switching to your machines are coming from where they've been using conventional tillage more?
A lot of our guys that are conventional, they're wanting to move to a one-pass system. The days of being a equipment collector, I think, are narrowing. These guys want to move to a system that they can either use in the fall, they can use in the spring, or they can use both, instead of pulling out the disc and the chisel and the plow and all that stuff. So, the customer has been really receptive and very successful doing that.
Yeah. One of the things probably you come across, I know you mentioned, is that technology today, when guys want to make a switch to strip till, they say it's a little more technological, and so that's kind of a concern that you hear guys talk about. How do you kind of work with them to alleviate those concerns? Is it really a big concern?
As these farmers are getting more technical, they're doing a lot more, soil sampling and grid sampling, this and that. As the agronomists are setting their prescriptions, we just tell them, hey, talk to us about it. We'll put the correct meter rolls in the system so you can get the right pounds per acre. All of our machines, when we set them up, we always go for a day setup service where we give training, we go over the technology. We have a technology side where we'll explain to them what they need to use for a hook and play, and everything. We make sure that the customer feels comfortable with the machine before we leave the driveway.
It gets to be kind of a trust factor with all this precision stuff, and making sure you're hitting that spot where you want to be, isn't it?
And a big thing too is with strip till, whether it's our company or anything, you've got to have a relationship with a co-op. You've got to have a relationship where you're buying the fertilizer. Do you have the seed tender available to fill the machine? Do you have the liquid product available to fill it? Because if you can't get the fertilizer, it's real tough to run a strip till system.
Yeah, briefly, you just mentioned fertilizer. Has that been a big driver for guys going to strip till because they feel like maybe I can get better, efficient use with it, or has that been a driver to a degree?
I think a lot of guys, whether we're seeing some customers, that are with the one-pass system, they're saving anywhere from 60% on their fuel, 25% on the fertilizer. So, I think as guys, are starting to make the changes, they're starting to be more economic as well.
Yeah. Thank you, Jeff. Jeff Bogaards with Environmental Tillage Systems, and I'm Darrell Bruggink with Strip-Till Farmer.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for being a part of the conference.
You bet. Take care.
You bet.